So now what we need to do is we need to connect this with the router as well. So we need with router, because what we're going to do is when we add a post, we're going to redirect to admin/post/edit and then the ID of the post. Or actually, yeah, let's do that. So how we're going to do that is in here, we're going to import with router from React router DOM. Now we need to do a few tricky things with this, which actually, for right now, we can kind of fake it. So first, let's actually wrap connect. Let's wrap this with formic, which is going to get messy. So let's wrap the connect with router. And we're just going to wrap the entire thing like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to call props.addPost. Values is going to be the first object we're passing in, and then props.auth.token, and we're going to save this, and it's going to refresh. And what we'll do is inside this component itself, we will say component did update. We're going to get the last props and the last state. And now we also need to, first we'll check if we're on the add page, and that's going to be a property within the URL. So what we'll do is we'll change that from add to view. Now in here, if component did update, we'll say if this dot props dot match dot params dot view equals add. And so that will be the part of the URL. When we access this .props.match, it will get all of the parameters from the route, which we just specify by using a little colon symbol before the name. So this gets passed in to the component as view. So this .props.match.params.view. So if this .props.match.params.view is add, and for right now what we'll just do is check if there is an existing post with the title that we've just added. Now this is not perfect. We'll actually end up managing the initial props for this from the Redux state eventually, but for right now we'll just say if this .props.admin.posts, and we're going to say filter, and we're going to look for one that has p title equal to this .props.values.title. So if both of these conditions are true, so if we'll be able to tell, if posts has a value with this title in it, and if we're on the add page, then what we actually need to do is this .props.history.push, and we'll push to /admin/posts/edit and then / the ID of the post, which we can get through the filter as well in terms of this. So const post equals this .props.posts.filter, We're going to get the post that has that has title equal to this.props.values.title, and we'll get the 0th item in the list. And here we'll say post.id. Now let's save this. All right. So now if everything we've done has been correct, when we add a new post, props.admin. And we actually, oh yeah, the length. Length is greater than 0, because this will return true right here. This will return true. It's a valid list, but we now need to check its length if it's greater than 0. Then we can tell that a post has been added to, yeah. So let's go ahead and now we'll type in my first post title is this. Content is going to be just a bunch of gibberish. And then status, we're going to say published, and we're going to hit save. And the one thing we forgot to do is actually add to our API that function to add a post. So let's go ahead and open up our API, and let's type add post. We're going to get the post, the token, and success. And then what we're going to do is call axios.post. Now this tells Axios to post to whatever URL we're specifying. And in this case, it is going to be, if we look at localhost.8080/explorer, we can actually get the URL that we need to call, and it's this one right here, posts. And it's a post request. You also can see if it's a patch or get. So this is post. So we're going to say posts, and we're going to add access token. It's going to be equal to token. The parameters we're going to send through is post, the actual object we're posting, and then we're going to get the result, and we're going to call success res. There we go. Save this, refresh. Now we should be able to add our post. So this is my post title. Content is going to be da 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 da. Status is going to be published, and let's hit save. And it says failed to add post. Let's look at the network here. So okay, one sec. In our API, I'm going to console log. We are adding, I'm going to console log the post. Save this. And I don't actually get is our server is running, right? Ah. Authorization required. I think we need to log in again. Okay, we got a token. we are adding failed to execute open. It says invalid URL. Oh, because we need to add /API da 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 da. Okay. This should resolve it, I hope. There we go. So we saved, it refreshed to undefined. We didn't get anything actually, but if we go back to posts, we'll see that we've got another row here, and it looks like our rows are a little bit screwy. So inside of posts, just want to check the table view here. Okay, so this is going to be in the table view component, table cell, table body. We're not actually mapping through rows or anything. So let's go into table view, table body. Okay. So table row needs to be right here, and then what we need to do is open up some curly braces and actually copy this. Let's delete that there and call that there. Now oh right, yes, we also need to return. So I'm going to copy this entire table row up here into the return, and looks like it should work, but that makes it look kind of funny, right? I mean, maybe not. Okay, looks fine. So yeah, so now we've got 2 rows in our table, which is perfect. Now the only other thing that we're going to have to do is to make that edit page actually work. In our app file, we need to add another route, and this is going to be route /view/id. We're going to save this, and that will make it so that now if we go in and add another post and set to published and hit save, did it update? I'm not sure if it updated there. Can I save it? Oh, there it goes. Not sure if we're disconnected from React. Not sure. Regardless, that's how we're going to add posts for now, and we'll get to the edit page and how we can actually set initial props in Formic for our fields as well. For right now, that about wraps this video up. So you guys should now have a working edit page that you can actually post your data to your backend API. And then when you go to the posts page, it grabs all that data as well. And we need to actually add a link here to link to /edit/this. And then if it loads the page and is being edited, then from the props, we're actually going to get the post by the ID, set a single post in the Redux state. And so we'll come back to this within the next video or two.